Evil is all around you. You shouldn't take any chances in protecting yourself and loved ones. Satan works in secrecy and in an unusual manner, and so is his monitoring spirits and demonic forces. Beware of answers you give to questions being put before you by random people you meet on your day-to-day activity. Many of these simple, but disguised questions are enemy's trap. Remember what Apostle Paul told the Ephesians in chapter 6, verse 12. Our battle is not against human forces, but against the rulers and authorities and their dark powers that govern this world. We are struggling against the spirits and supernatural forces of evil. In this video, I will reveal the spine-chilling questions witches normally ask in disguise to get first-hand information from you before launching their attack. Information given by you can be successfully used in any evil attack concerning you. By willingly given these informations, it is assumed you have agreed without your knowledge in whatever it will be used for, both in the physical and spiritual realm. These are frightening questions that may be hidden traps of the enemy in disguise without your very knowledge. These questions are not from whom you will call enemy. They look so nice and friendly. These are individuals like you and me. These individuals are also not carrying facial masks on their faces physically, but spiritually, they are masquerades, monitoring spirits and demonic forces on evil mission. Always watch out for these questions and be very smart on your response to them whenever and wherever these questions are put before you. The first one in these category of questions is, what do you do? It is very common in a dangerous world you live today to see a random person you have not met or seen before, but on meeting this person for the very first time, the person is so much interested to find out what you do. If you come across this kind of person, beware and be smart how to respond to his or her question. It is important to know that Satan and his demonic forces are interested on the work of your hands. The reason is to do what they are good at, to wreak havoc, to make you miserable and to suffer. Once they find out what you do, they sabotage the work of your hands. It is also crucial to note that the information you have given concerning the work of your hands represents you, both in the physical and spiritual realm. In most situations, what is working against the work of your hands may be information you unknowingly given to the enemy in disguise. In 2 Corinthians 11, verse 14 and 15, it says, "It is not surprising. If Satan disguises himself as an angel of light, his servants can easily disguise themselves as ministers of salvation until they receive what their deeds deserve." The second question is, what's your house address? Can I visit you? Be reminded that your dwelling place is yourself. All you are, all you represent, are in the house where you live. Be very careful who you are inviting into the house where you live. It is not only an aspect of your life. Everything in that house can be used as a point of contact to get good access to you. Your life and well-being revolves in your dwelling place. Once the wrong person visits your house, this should be the beginning of your problem. The reason is simple. This person, as agent of darkness, has access to your dwelling place both physically and spiritually. Believers must be wise to know Satan's traps and devices. Satan is a liar, and there is nothing good in his intention. This is the way it is with his agents and followers. In John 8, verse 44, it says, "The father you spring from is the devil, and you will carry out the evil wishes of your father, who has been a murderer from the beginning. He didn't uphold the truth, for in him there is no truth, and now, when he speaks for himself, he lies. He is a liar and the father of lies." Talking from personal experience, this so-called foes in disguise of friends that is asking to visit you. The evil intention may be to pick up an object from your house to serve as a good point of contact to gain access to you spiritually. It can also be a way to drop monitoring devices in your house, so as to monitor everything happening in your life. All these plots are taking place spiritually, and you won't even know what's going on in your own life. Protect yourself and your loved ones. Once agent of darkness wreak havoc in your life, it takes the divine intervention of God through prayerful lifestyle to come out of the terrifying experience. Many people are not lucky to come out of it. It is just very few of us God delivered from the lion's den. A stitch in time saves nine. The third terrifying question is, "Oh, you look so pretty. Can we be friends? Can I have any of your photos? Can I touch your hair, lashes, and so on?" To you, this wolf in sheep clothing did not mean any harm. This person pretended to have a calming and soothing voice. The person looks good and friendly. There is no harm in what this person is asking from you. But if only you have the discernment of the Holy Spirit and you can see very well spiritually, you will know this person is masked evil in disguise of human face. Satan and his demonic forces are master of disguise. They take on many forms. They come to you to conquer you, steal your joy, kill your spirit, and destroy your faith. You should be very careful. This got to show you how subtle and destructive nature of evil disguised as something positive, good, or beneficial. Another mistake you will ever make is letting your hair, even if it is a strand of it, fall into the hands of Satan and his evil forces. The possession of you hair gives them a good access to your whole being. Whatever evil the enemy will do with your hair will work perfectly. Your hair is your life and glory. And once the enemy has access to your hair, they have destroyed your glory. The fourth question is, are you single or married? Answering this particular question correctly unknowingly has wreaked havoc on many single ladies and also destroyed many marriages. For single ladies, Satan and demonic forces wouldn't want you to marry. They will not allow it to happen in your life. By answering this question correct, they have access to you, and by having access to you, every prayer you are making to get marriage is interfered with. Through this interference, the enemy knows your season. Whenever something good is coming your way, the enemies show up. And when they showed up, everything is destroyed. What you worked so hard to achieve for years is gone. You start afresh again. It goes on and on this way, unless God intervened in your situation. For the married ones, you have given away a good information to the enemy. A peaceful marriage is every woman's dream. But now, this dream suddenly turns into a nightmare. The information you gave out exposes the strength and weaknesses in your marriage through spiritual monitoring. By giving out these informations, the devil used the information to reduce the strength of your marriage to nothingness. The enemy destroys what makes your marriage successful through spiritual attacks, enchantment, and manipulation. Knowing who Satan and his agents are, they now worked so hard with the weaknesses in your marriage. The outcome is more quarreling, misunderstanding, arguments, and so on. All these are not helpful to your marriage. Instead, it destroys everything you have worked so hard for. It is always important to know who you are giving information about yourself and your marriage. Christ advises us to be as wise as a serpent and as calm as a dove. The fifth question you should be wise to answer whenever and wherever it is put before you is, what's your date of birth? This question from the physical perspective did not pose any issue, but spiritually, your date of birth is not for public knowledge. Even if this person tells you is for the knowledge of your zodiac sign, this is the worst. Your zodiac signs can be used for enchantment and spiritual attack on you. Your date of birth is of very important information concerning you. If your date of birth goes to the wrong hand, it is like having access to the totality of your being, both physically and spiritually. This access can also be used to steal, block, cage, and swap your destiny, glory, and stars. With this information at the disposal of your enemy, it can be used to manipulate you to do whatever the enemy wants from you. There are certain information about you that need to be kept secret, and your date of birth is one of them. The sixth question is, Can I read your palm? This is the worst question you can ever get. And whenever this question comes your way, whether you're close to this person or not, don't ever open your palm for someone to read or snap your palm to send to someone to read it for you. This is the worst mistake you can ever make. Through reading of palm, Satan and his evil forces have wreaked havoc on gullible victims. This way can serve as a good and easy way to swap, block, cage, and steal your destiny, stars, and glory. In addition, through your own palm, your enemy has total access to you both physically and spiritually. And through having access to your palm, enemy will completely destroy the work of your hands. Nothing will ever work in your favor again. Whenever something good is coming your way, enemy will show up spiritually. And whatever good that is to come your way will not work out any longer. The seventh question is, what's your ambition? This is one of those questions that ought to be your own business and not any other person's business. Your ambition should be a private affair. Family members and close friends can be aware of it, but not a random person you are not close with. Your ambition may be the divine purpose of God concerning you. And when this information gets to the wrong person, it can be used against you. You may get discouragement, and this can lead to doubts on your own part. Ambition shared can also stir up envy, jealousy, and hatred. Joseph was a victim of shared ambition that resulted to envy and jealousy with his brothers. If not for God's intervention in his case, he almost lost his life. This is in Genesis 37, verse 5. The last but not the least question is, can I pray for you and lay hands on you? As there are satanic churches in all nooks and crannies in different continents of the world, so also are false prophets and prophetess everywhere. Antichrist is actively using his demonic forces in disguise of most of these prophets and prophetess to wreak havoc on gullible victims and also win souls for Satan. In most situations, they use this laying of hands on their gullible victims to initiate them into their kingdom of darkness. They also use this means to inflict sickness of all kinds to these gullible victims. The only thing Satan wants for you is misery, suffering, and failure. The prophets and prophetess under the leadership of Satan are wolves in sheep clothing. In Matthew 7, verse 15, the scripture tells us to beware of false prophets. They come to you in sheep's clothing, but inside, they are voracious wolves. I encourage you who is watching and listening to this video to always be careful. You are living in a dangerous time, but if you remain focused and prayerful, you will always be a conqueror. Please like this video, subscribe if you have not. Put down your comment, and I will be glad to respond. Put on your notification bell to be notified whenever I upload a new video. Share to friends and family. God bless you as you support this channel.